Welcome back to Games Revealed. I'm James and also the Brink, and we are one community. Today, we're going to be talking about, does the game industry deserve to be destroyed, to crash, to get its comeuppance, whatever you want to call it? Does it deserve it? As always, we're going to wait a few minutes and chat with chatters, and I'm going to get some stuff queued up and just say hi to people. So, BT Maverick, welcome. How you doing? You doing good? Anyone else? I'm going to make sure I change my chat over to live chat. As always, it takes a few minutes for everyone to kind of trickle in. Also, let people know inside of Discord. But yeah, no, it's an interesting topic today. Like, it'll be interesting. Let's just say that. Not where I was planning on going, but fun stuff nonetheless. So, here. Hey, Icarus, how you doing? The Icarus. Doing anything fun? Ooh, I'm not doing that. Wolf, welcome. Rachy, always happy to see you, man. Let's see. Just trying to get this video queued up. We're going to be doing something a little different today. Cascutter, yes, every dev should develop a Crash Bandicoot. Then we will be able to have so many that I wouldn't have to ask for more crashes. Okay, so let me ask this, Cascoder. Would you rather you have like unlimited Crash Bandicoots, or like, let's say 10 Crash Bandicoots that are just mediocre or bad, or just like one good one? Because I don't know if you could have that many good ones. So, ooh. Adam Falls official gameplay trailer. Maybe we'll save that for the end. I'm just queuing up. I'm just queuing up a couple things. So if you guys have anything you want to cover, throw it to my way. Have I been muted this whole time? Or was I just... That's so bizarre. Oh, I guess the mic auto-muted or something. Oh. Can you guys hear me okay? I switched over to my headset, and I don't know why, but sometimes when it does that, I think it mutes it. Okay, thanks, Cascoder, Casmith, for you. Thank you. Hey, guys, how you doing? What is up? Casmith for you, Cascoder. I think I've said hi to you guys. There, Chris, I've said hi. Yeah, cool, sir. Welcome. So this is going to be an interesting topic today, and I wanted to throw this out as a very different episode of this. Wolf, I thought I said hello earlier, but yes, thank you, Wolf. Thanks, Wolf. Last thing, BT Maverick. Okay, well, we're going to be talking about Mutahar, about Some Ordinary Gamers channel, Mutahar, and how the video game industry is going to crash, potentially, and what does that mean, and Yeah, I have a lot of things to say, but we're going to watch most of the video and we're going to kind of respond to this as a community. Because I'm very curious what your guys' thoughts are, and this is a very different episode. And if you guys want me to check anything out, throw a link in Discord and I'll put it up and we'll talk about it afterwards. Samsung Galaxy S25 was announced. Its AI is better than last year's. I mean, was last year's good? Because I really don't care about Samsung devices after they've failed me multiple times with multiple features that just didn't work. I'm sorry, Wolf. Let's see. Okay, guys, let's do this. Let's mosey on over. We're gonna be watching this, and
hello, guys.
We'll see if we continue to do stuff like this. But you know me, I like to explore things. Cascoder, I don't know. I'm on Galaxy S20 Plus for 5 years. Nice. I've had the I've had Samsung Galaxy or Samsung Notes up until I think the last one, and I've had multiple Samsungs, and while I've liked them, their products have never felt finished, or really ready. And for essentially $1 trillion company, I just don't know if I can deal with that.
Guys and gals, me Mutahar, and I think video gaming.
If you don't know who Mutahar is, he's a tech and gaming and various other enthusiasts, like Linux enthusiasts. He's also very, he's very, I think, educated on a lot of stuff he talks about, but there's a lot of stuff I also disagree with him on, and we'll see if this is one of those.
Should have a little bit of a crash based on some of the stuff that I've read. Now, ladies and gentlemen, there's been a lot of assumptions. GTA 6 might cost $100.
Good to know, Cat Smith, for you.
Let's think it's a bad idea. Now, you don't need to be a genius to remind people that charging up video games is not something the audience or the gaming public is necessarily excited about.
No one wants an increase to the price of anything they pay. Whatever you are buying right now, you do not want your price to go up. That is just a natural thing. So it's not indicative for gaming. Once again, I'm gonna be a little bit nitpicky with Mutahar on this one, because this is gonna affect thousands of people, and it's gonna lead into another article that we're gonna talk about.
But to give you an idea, I'm not really all that shocked. I was looking at this IGN poll, which is not like super duper shocking. Okay, it's not scientific material. I think out of like a few thousand or several thousand voters,
all I see is 57% that lied. Because I can 100% guarantee if it was another game, then I think they'd have a better chance. The poll would be better. Like, maybe. Like, there's a lot of games where if they charged $100, let's say for maybe even The Last of Us Part 3. Yeah, if they charge $100, they might lose a lot of people. The Grand Theft Auto 6, even if the reviews are bad, guaranteed, charging $100 will only lose them a little bit of sales in the beginning that they'll catch up later on. Thickris, it depends on how much you like would you pay $60 or would you pay $7? Okay, here's the thing. The new standard is between $60 and $70. Would you pay $70 for Grand Theft Auto 6, the Icarus? Because here's the thing. I can guarantee, because I have seen price hikes go up and people say they're not going to do things, but this is how capitalism works. This is how this whole thing works, is that people will pay what you price products to what you hope people will pay for them. I'm not saying that this is a good idea, by the way, guys. I'm not saying this is a good idea. I'm just saying I call BS on this 57%.
At least 30% were like, yeah, sure, I'm willing to pay some more. With a few percent left going, we'll see on the trailer. But
the Icarus, yeah, and that's fine. That's the thing. I wouldn't pay $100 because I'd wait for a sale too. But who knows? It depends how I'm feeling and if I want to stream it. If I want to stream it, I might pay it more, or I might pay more than $100. But I do think most people would if they were excited enough. Because I think if you would have paid $60 to $70 for GTA 6, you'd pay $100. If you would wait until sale no matter what, you'd wait until sale no matter what, and of course not pay $100. But I think this poll needs to say, if you were to buy it for $60, would you not buy it for $100? That's what the poll should say. Because we could play this game all day. BT Maverick, IGN polls are so skewed. Lol, they voted 2018's God of War as best game ever, amongst other things their followers lean to. That is how polls work. Polls on websites where it is not like people could go create a script and create new users and even do it over a period of time to eventually skew polls. Like these types of controlled polls just don't work very well. They're fun to do, and I'm going to be doing some more polls myself. They're fun, but like this type of poll right here, it doesn't matter what they're saying. Like the 57%, I know if someone's going to spend $60, they're going to spend $100 because if they're that excited for GTA 6, because it is a lot of people's game of the year already, meaning like it's the game they're going to buy no matter what. Castmonth review, I personally wouldn't even pay $10 to $25 for GTA 6 because honestly, I don't even play that game series. Yeah, that Castmonth review, that's 100% it. That's 100%. Like me, I like to wander around in Grand Theft Autos. I don't really like playing the villain, and I in Grand Theft Auto 3, it didn't feel so much like a villain, but as it gets more realistic, it feels more like I don't want to be doing this. But I might, who knows? We'll see how GTA 6 is. But I will probably end up picking it up just to explore and have fun around the towns and stuff like that. Not for the story or for the campaign, but we'll see. Jobe? I don't know. I can't afford to pay that much. I am still waiting for Baldur's Gate 3 to go to about $20. Okay. Yeah, and that's fair. That's the thing though. You wouldn't pay $60 for this, so you're not going to pay $100. That's kind of my point, is that someone that's going to be willing to spend $60, $70 is going to spend $100 on this. If you're waiting for the drop down to a reasonable price that you can afford for your budget, which is very, in my opinion, very reasonable, very like stick to a budget, go for it, 100%. I think that's good policy. But yes, cool sir, polls are fun. BT Maverick, I agree with the fun part. Right, polls are fun. They can be devious a little bit, but they are fun. It's just the problem is when you use polls to signify like something serious, like this is one of those. In Valhalla, you were a asshole. You raided civilians. Agreed. But it's not modern times with weapons, like guns, that is, and stuff like that. Like, and very gangster-esque, very high crime. Let's say if you break into a vault and rob from the rich, but you don't shoot anyone, whatever. I don't care that much. If it's even there's a couple of games where it toes the gray line. Fine with that for the most part. GTA 6 is just very, very villain-esque, but like humanizing way that I'm not saying that we shouldn't have it. It's not my type of game typically. But GTA 6 might be a big enough hype that maybe I will get into it. I don't know. We'll see. Is it coming for the consoles first, then PC? I can't remember if they were doing a delayed, because I might pick it up for the PS6. The PS5, whatever. The Icarus, if you would pay $60 doesn't mean they are willing to pay $100. There will be some not at all. Not all. The Icarus, I agree with that statement. There will be 99% of the people will probably, and this is all presumption. Like even what Mudahar is doing, some of it that is assumptions. But people are pretty excited about this game. And I have seen games change prices throughout my gaming career, and people pay for it and they still do amazing. I think 99% of the people are still, if they would have paid $60, are going to pay $100. That's just my opinion. BT Maverick, it's like the people that vote physical over digital, 80% to 20%, where in reality it's reversed of more people buying digital. Yeah. Yeah, no, it's true. It's 100% true. Lomkey, welcome. How you doing? Lomkey, yeah, GTA 6 is coming consoles first. Yeah, then no, I don't know if I'd stream it then. So there's a chance I'd get it for the PS5 as I've been enjoying it more. Honestly, Astrobot, I don't know if I've told you guys this, but I beat Astrobot, and it is an amazing game and gives me joy in video games a little bit more again, in the sense of like on consoles. I've always enjoyed games on the computer, but like they need to make more games like Astrobot, because Astrobot is amazing and it deserved to be Game of the Year last year. It is a more like it's a platformer. It's more of a kidsy game, but like it's very hard too. It has very hard levels. It's very fun, but also has a lot of levels that are easy enough for kids. And so me and my family played it the last few weeks, and it's been really a blast. We're 46 minutes into this. Let's get it.
At the end of the day,
give me 1 second, guys. My headset already switched over. And then it's going to probably mess up my audio. Okay, and let's do this.
all right, AAA gaming is in this kind of weird spot where I feel like most people are just
Hey, damn it. I usually have really good luck with my AirPods. That's
buying cash shops for the most part. Like if you're a sports gamer and you buy like Madden every year, God forbid, NBA every year, God forbid, you're probably also buying a like a storefront where you put the game in, install it, patch it, whatever, and then on top of the $60 you already spent or $70, whatever, you might be enticed to buy some microtransactions. So it's always weird to me when I see just how much AAA gaming tries to nickel and dime its audience to the point.
yeah, that's so we're at the stage. Think about your life right now, all the different companies and everywhere you go and everyone is nickel and diming you. Now, games have not gone up much with inflation. So games are way below what inflation rates have been over the past 20 years, or since $60 became the new standard from 50. Not saying that that's a good thing. Like, I'm not paying $60 for every game. So I'm just saying it, and inflation doesn't mean that every product needs to go up with it. I'm just saying, like, food has doubled over inflation over the past few years, while games have not even come close. To the PlayStation will sometimes raise it to 70. Raichi, nah, Astrobot won because the old judges got nostalgic with all the Easter eggs of the games they played when they were kids. It's like Ready Player One. I played it, man. Raichi, I played it. I beat the whole thing. I've almost platinumed the game. And while it gives some nostalgia that I like, don't get me wrong, I can be easily swayed by nostalgia. It is not a nostalgia reason. It is a very innovative game and because of the PS5 controller, I have never seen a game so interactive and so have so much feedback in a physical form. It is amazing. And I've played VR games and stuff like that. So all I've got to say is Astrobot deserved it 100% over anything else that came out last year. But once again, that's my bias. Just like any other judges is biased. Yeah. So, and once again, Raichi, you're fine. Astrobot was really fun, and I was shocked at how good it was. Cool Sir Sandland is a good family game. It runs well on handhelds too. Ooh, okay, I'll have to give that a try. BT Maverick, Astrobot will be coming to PC eventually. Do you think so? That would be awesome. But I also don't think so. Okay, here's the thing. If they have full PS5 controller support for I don't know about Steam, but like Steam Deck or Steam OS, but for Windows, then I could see it coming to Windows, because that game requires a PS5 controller, because there's a lot of stuff in it that just takes advantage of the PS5 controller, and it's amazing. That being said, we'll see. And BT Maverick, you'll play it on the Steam Deck. Funny enough, I think there's a mic on the Steam Deck, right? And it has vibration, but not quite as good as the PS5 controller. But there's force feedback triggers where they will get more difficult, and it offers a lot of feedback, like you're interacting with the world. Raichi, no, Astrobot is possible on the PS. No, it's not. It's not possible on the PS3. It's not possible on the PS4. The feedback triggers that offer resistance play an important, in my opinion, an important part. It also has the mic, and the vibration is much more controlled and targeted. So, it's not. Lomkey, yes, there are two mics on the Steam Deck, left and right on the top screen, if I remember. Yeah, I think you're correct on that. There's bare minimum at least one. I haven't used it for, so, like, I don't know about you guys. I don't use the mic on the system. Marichi, yeah, the trigger is fun, but the whole experience was a blast. I had a blast all the way. Like, it was innovative, which is nice and refreshing for me. I've got to have played at least 100 plus platformers in my days. I've played so many, and I've gotten kind of bored of them. I haven't played too many in the past few years because they're just kind of getting stale a lot. Plus, they're a little bit more like, I've kind of outgrown that stage a little bit. I played a lot more when we don't need to get into that. Astrobot was just really fun and innovative, and the puzzles in it were really fun. I really liked it. Aristo, I don't know how to say your name. I'm sorry. Thing about inflation with gaming, it's offset where more units games are sold. So there are far more gamers now than, say, in the 80s, a good few generations. I agree with that. And that's, I think, part of the reason why we have not seen an increase in the price of games, because the more hands they can get it into, the more that they can sell, especially on consoles, along with the console itself, the better they do. But there's always an adjustment, meaning if they feel like they need to make a little bit more money, they are going to up that cost. And so the worry right now is that the gaming industry is is in the middle of a lot of downtrends on profits, even though they're very profitable. It's really stupid. It's not like they're making tons of money, fist over fist, but you know what happens, especially with all this different stuff that's going on, like with capitalism, and kind of it's a term, and it's that we're kind of like towards the end of what we could expect a typical capitalistic country to, or system to do. So it's very interesting to see what happens. I don't know what's going to happen. I'm not going to say it's going to collapse. I don't know if things are going to rebound and self-correct, but I don't put it past these game companies raising the prices. And I'm not going to protest. I'm not going to protest not buy stuff for the price. I just won't buy stuff and go towards. We have so many options. Like if it's $100, let's say if PS6 comes out and all the games are $100, you better give me a good reason to buy it. I'd buy Astrobot for $100, but you know how many other games I wouldn't? I would probably end up only buying one or two games, and in the end, I probably wouldn't buy the system. So there are consequences to a lot of the stuff, and I think some of these industries that are starting to say they're not doing as well, even though they record record profits, we're gonna see. BT Maverick, yep. I have a PS5 controller for the PC. It comes down to that. I use Xbox inputs. Yeah, I would hope they'd release better drivers, and that they will release Astrobot for the PC, even though it's a very PlayStation-centric game, meaning it is about PlayStation history, which makes it more fun for me, as I have owned every PlayStation. I would do the same for Nintendo. Like if it was a Nintendo and I haven't even owned every Nintendo system, I'd still be down for this type of game because the puzzles are so good. And it was so much fun to play with my kids. Like we'd take turns and stuff like that. Chad, Cat, and Baby, welcome. Drake, welcome. Lomke, always need to make more money this year than from last year. That is how okay, that's not how pure capitalism necessarily works. That's just how we're in right now with stock market and with publicly traded companies. That is how they have to function, or else they're not they'll be knocked down by I guess investors and companies to say, hey, they're not really worth it if they're not making more money, because then their stock goes up. Just how it works, which ends up to where we're at now. It doesn't end well, especially for creative ventures like games, right? And you're gonna have a finite amount of people you can sell to eventually. Lomke, Raichi, the my favorite implementation of DualSense is Returnal. Really? I have Returnal. It was fun. I can't remember it being like that good compared to Astrobot, but I'll have to go back and try it. I've really if you go play Resident Evil 8, they had really good feedback too with the PlayStation 5 controller. It was pretty awesome. Gabe Newell literally not doing anything. They love me. Wait, Gabe Newell's not doing anything? What?
Point where,
God damn it. Stop. That they're doing this. Okay, sorry about that.
I am physically disgusted sometimes where you buy a game for 60, 70 bucks and it's like, whoa, you want me to spend more on top of it for what? Like skins? But that's the world we live in.
If it's a skin, I don't like it. Once again, if it's a skin, whatever. It's when they start locking like true functionality, and that's not worth it. Sometimes depends. I think Dooms do a pretty good job with their DLCs. I think some games do well enough. I don't mind a game that I love being extended through DLC, but it's when they start doing weird lock-ins, which they do, and I do agree with Mutahar. I just don't agree with. It seems like he's saying more about. Yeah. Just don't buy those games that do it. That's kind of how you have to work with it, work this through. Lomke, I wonder if there is a AAA market crash and then Valve comes to save it. Lomke, that's an interesting concept. I doubt they're going to buy. They I don't think they care. To be honest, I don't know if they care so much. But it depends on what they're focused on. Maybe they'll buy a couple studios that they really want, or IPs. That would be awesome. That would be really awesome if Gabe Newell actually, instead of buying that 7th super yacht, he actually bought another studio or two. And I did research for a video. I love Gabe Newell, but he literally, I think he's on his 7th yacht or super yacht. Like, he has a medical yacht. So I don't know, man. There gets to a point where I'm like, I don't care if you have a yacht, maybe even 2, but holy shit, when you get past even 1, I think it's ridiculous. Raichi, Gabe Newell doesn't need to release game yet. Everyone praised Valve. Yeah, but Gabe Newell didn't need to build Valve itself. He didn't need to release games. He was a multimillionaire when he retired and left Microsoft in his, I don't know, I'm assuming 30s, in the 90s. Raichi, Ubisoft XP Boost was the most worst implementation of microtransaction. Yeah, I agree with that. Ubisoft has done a horrible job with a lot of their services. Lomke, you mean Gabe Newell don't buy that Death Star? Okay, hey, well, hold up. If he built okay, it would create jobs. Hear me out, guys. It would create jobs if someone actually did spend a ton of their money. If Death Star would take most of any billionaire's money, if all of it, you'd have to be much smaller. It's not a viable thing, but I'm down for that. It'd create jobs. It'd create some waste, obviously. But it'd be an interesting project. I'm down for that. Even if he's the only one who gets to ride in it, I'm down for it. I get to see it in the sky. I get worried that it's going to blow us all up, but I'm down for that. A seventh super yacht, it gets kind of boring.
And it's kind of normalized. Now, to give you an idea, ladies and gentlemen, 100 USD to at least my Canadian currency is $143.75 as of right now.
He should be spending freedom bucks. I don't know what he's doing with this Canadian fake money.
Now, to give you an idea, that's a lot of money, okay? But that's not all you're paying, all right? So if I go to the Canada sales tax calculator, which I think is also important, you shouldn't just look at the base price. If I take that $143.75 and I decide, yeah, I'm going to throw that into my province, calculate it, not only do I have to pay like $7.19 federal, I have to pay $11.50 provincial. All that comes up to $162.44.
That's quite a quite a bit of tax. I didn't realize they had such high tax. Sales tax. Huh. Now remember, the sales tax does go to a lot of different things. I'm not going to say it's bad or good. That is a lot.
I think the average person, heck, even somebody that's well off is going to think.
Casmith, for you are totally fine. I am making a stupid joke. Canadians have a ton of stuff we don't have. So I have to joke because I have to pay so much in medical fees.
Yeah, that new game, it's worth paying $162 for. You're fucking insane. Now, I know there's a lot.
He's convincing me more. If you're Canadian, I agree. $100 is too much. They're going to have to price that thing down for Canadians, but up it for Americans.
A lot of defenses out here. But Muda, what if you put 100 hours into a game? Think about
there, Chris. Yeah, you have a heart attack in Canada. Don't expect to live. That's not what I hear. They prioritize emergencies is how Canada works. And technically that's how America works. I mean, I've looked at multiple case studies. Now, I don't know if it's province-based and all that on the medical side of things there, Chris. But let's just say I would much prefer the Canadian system over our system in the sense of predicting and not being in medical debt, because I have been in medical debt in the past from having kids alone. And I had a health insurance. Casmith, for you, we have easy bank transactions between bank companies. Yes, we do. BT Maverick, but the corporations don't want to lose that year over year in growth and revenue, so they're cutting where they need to, especially in layoffs. Yeah, but you know what? They need to make video games, the people that they're laying off. And especially in creative fields like games, despite popular belief, some of these studios need the people that they have. If they cut too many off, they're just going to end up with weaker, worse games. Some games work fine. Some game studios work fine. Dev studios work fine with a smaller head count. Some do not. If you're making like Assassin's Creed every year or two, you need thousands of employees. That's how this works. Like, you cannot make a game that fast and that big with just even 100 people. Maybe. There's a lot of expertise, I should say. Rachie, poor people don't deserve to survive in the American healthcare system. Oh, Rachie, I agree. They don't. Cool, sir. Do you know it's not a good idea to have so many programs open once on a computer? I mean, I don't have that many computers. I have my I have my programming. I don't know. Is my stuff lagging?
Very few games that I think people are putting 100 hours into. Maybe something like Monster Hunter, maybe something like Cyberpunk, games that come once in a while. And you might be like, well, wouldn't GTA 6 be worth $100, Mood? I mean, you're clearly excited for it, and it's going to be a generational defining game, which, again, mind you, I don't jump into the hype cycle, so I'm not gonna sit here and pretend.
Rachie, it's smooth because it's Mac. And Mac does a really good job of paging applications, meaning they put them into paged memory or RAM. Like they do a pretty good job of putting stuff into the background that you're not using application wise. That being said, Coulter's correct. I shouldn't, depending on what it is, I shouldn't be, I don't have Chrome open, by the way. I have a Chromium based browser, but I don't have Chrome open.
that GTA 6 is going to be a win right off the bat. But the thing about it is like if GTA 6 is priced to $100, the biggest fear that people have is, whoa, other game companies might think, oh shit, I might price to $100 as well too. If Rockstar's doing it, I might.
The funny thing is, I think a lot of game companies would try that, and I think there's a potential that will happen. I think they're going to find out quickly that they might not make as much money.
So if one company makes a great
game, I mean, there's games already coming out at $60, $70 that are not even making up close to how much they spent on it, and that's why Sony canceled dozens of live service games. Like there's cancellations of games going on, at least in the Sony and Sony adjacent studios, like crazy right now.
Game that may be worth that money for that price tag. All of a sudden, you've got all the fucking Ubisofts and the Activisions considering to also price the same. Could you imagine paying $162 Canadian? By the way, I'm just speaking to the Canadian audience here, for Call of Duty, a game that's already in a death spiral right now? No, okay,
No, but you know who's going to pay that? Call of Duty fans. I've met plenty of people that is their number one game they play. It's a sports game for them. So there's a lot of people that will buy a console for FIFA, for basketballs, a bunch of different sports games. They'll spend that. Would they end up losing money also in the end? Yeah, I think so. I think games that charge $100 will probably learn pretty quickly. You have to be a pretty good game to charge that much. Back in the day, that's how it kind of worked back 90s and 80s. Lone Key, did you about Anata from the video? It's GTA but anime. I did not. Rachie, don't worry. Sony will money hat games to fill the void of the canceled ones.
$162?
They might.
Fucking insane. Then you come home, you patch the game, you install it, you run it, and it's like, oh wait, hold on, you want to spend like $34 on the Black Cell bundle? Are you out of your...
Stop buying Call of Duties, guys. I stopped years ago. That being said, the newest one I have played a little bit of, but that's because it's on the Xbox Game Pass, so I have it. Job, I think the AAA game industry should take a leaf out of indie titles, make good games at low cost and reflect it in the price, and sell lots of units and have one long-term game on an IP they have. I mean, I agree. Well, here's the thing. I think it depends on the game it is. Call of Duty's charge $20 for the game and then make up the rest of it in season passes that have fun events that make it fun to play. If you make things fun to play and make people come back and you're not charging exorbitant prices, but reasonable prices to keep on making money and to keep on having developers and to keep on having fun experiences, then you bring something that's worthwhile to the industry, to a product that people want. And that's what's important. And they're going to learn quickly if they do charge these types of prices that a lot of games are really not that important to people. There will be a lot less fans at $100, me included. Oh,
your mind?
I with Grand Theft Auto 6, if you were going to buy, like I said, if you're going to buy it at $60, $70, you're going to buy it at $100. GTA 6 is a very big exception to this rule for me, though. I'm not saying every game's like this. Half-Life is another one of those ones where they would probably lose some sales, but the sales they would lose, they'd pick up with people, so many fanboys buying $100 worth, or even the $160 collectors or whatever. That'd be me. I don't care. Like they could charge me $1,000. I'll take it for Half-Life 6 or 3. I keep on thinking of GTA 6. It doesn't make it right. I'm a crazy fanboy, but that's why I kind of understand GTA 6 fanboys.
It's like you buy a game and then you realize, well, it wants me to spend about as much as I'm spending on like the base console that I'm playing this on, for crying out loud. No, that's not a world that's normal. And if anybody talks about a gaming crash, that's literally it. Now, I don't think gaming is going to crash like it did back in the 80s, where like everyone was flooding the market with like cheap ripoffs of everyone's games. No. I think the gaming industry may crash in the AAA sense.
Oh, cool, sir. $100 for Call of Duty. I agree with that. I think there would be a lot less fans. I think they're still going to be. I still think that they would probably make almost as much as they would have if they would have not charged, but they just would have lost fan base. Which, killing your fan base off slowly with price is a very bad thing to do, and they're already starting to do that.
Because people
Nickel and diming, that is.
realize I'm not paying that money. I'm not paying $162. So the big budgets that have been bloated up in these entire companies, which by the way, is in my opinion, probably a bit of mismanagement if we really had to audit their books. Ooh, hold on, I'm getting a call. I think it's Rockside. Oh, tell legal to go fuck themselves because the gaming community, because the AAA gaming manufacturers love to fuck their budgets and me. So the thing is, I feel like there's a lot of mismanagement and money there. And we're kind of jumping beyond the veil over here. When it comes to a lot of these games, a lot of this information has sort of come out from one of this like...
We've been trying to watch this for a while now, guys, so I'm sorry. I'm trying to skip through this.
Research paper, so this presentation from Epillion, okay, where it's a 223-page like actual like research paper. And the thing is, it's like, this is not an actual bad like research. They actually go into a lot of aspects of gaming in the economy of gaming itself, right? Like they touch upon other countries like China, they touch upon the mobile gaming storefront, they touch upon things like the GPU shortage, they touch upon things like the pandemic, for instance, and the effect it's had on gaming. And the reality is, a lot of the gaming industry, apparently according to this, and a rumor is that the actual like big wigs in the entire space hope that if Rockstar's producing a $100 game, everyone can just sneak up their prices to that point. Which I really personally don't think it's actually going to fly. Like, yes, games have gotten more expensive, right? Like, games used to be a flat $60, and with the start of the PS4 generation, they jumped to like $70, then $80. But if they jump to like $100...
No, he's not right about that. Not for the base game. I don't think there's ever been an $80 base game. Maybe exclusivities and stuff like that for like a few days, but there's never been like an $80 base game. Or it's $69, right? So $70. Yeah. So at the end of the day, like they have not raised prices, like I said, with inflation. So I wouldn't put it past them to do it, but like already people have said in the chat, you got to also take into account how many more gamers there are. But if let's say if they hit a plateau and they're not like, they can't onboard any more gamers and they need to keep on making more money every year, they have to make that up in DLCs, microtransactions through increased prices. That's if that's that type of company. That's why I don't like traditional based companies that have to make more and more every year. It is a losing fight. You will eventually lose that fight or take over the world. Those are the two options. Whether it's 100 years from now, like those are the two options. Raichi, Valhalla sold like crazy because people were starving for AAA games, but right now the AAA games are saturated. I agree and disagree. I think we have a saturation of money grabbing games. All these AAA games, all these studio publishers want the live action moolah that comes. But the thing is, for those types of gamers, there's an attention. There's a limited amount of attention for them. Meaning, once you're dedicated to a game that is a live service, especially the more intense ones, you're on that game for a year or two, maybe more. So you have a limited pool where, let's say there's 100 million of them in the world. You're going to have a limited pool of people to attract with that, as opposed to, let's say there's another 100 million people that like single player games. They're going to complete multiple single player games in a year. They're going to, like, I don't know, maybe the average gamer that's not me completes 10 games a year. There you go. Charge $60, $50 for that. You're going to be in a better, maybe not out of, it's just lower risk, in my opinion. Is if you can make a good experience, it's a lower risk. Cascoder port more old games. I agree with that, but I don't think that's going to solve any problems. Skull and Bones was $80. Raichi, Skull and Bones was a quadruple A game though, Raichi, so that doesn't count. I think we're talking about triple A games here, not quadruple A games.
And it really feels like the quality of the game is not matching that $100 across the board. That's what I think will cause the crash. Do you honestly believe that
games and companies need to start understanding that they need to start charging what the game's worth. In fact, I've seen this more with kids games too, like on the PS5. A lot of kids games are not $60. They are $40, $30, and sometimes even $20 because they understand that they cannot charge $60 for the Bluey game, even though there's a rabid amount of fans. They can't charge that. It just doesn't work out. So it will be interesting to see where this all plays, because some games could charge $100, especially if you give us, like, let's say if GTA 6 has 500 hours worth of just like exclusive content. Okay, cool. That's awesome. If a game plays for 5 hours and it's amazing, cool. But like, I hope you didn't put as much time as GTA 6 into making that 5-hour game, and you're charging, you know, $40-$50 for that. That's fine. Just be reasonable and start being honest with how much your game costs to make, and then how much you should charge, kind of thing. Just how it is for me. Or else you're going to run the risk of just not being profitable and failing. Cascoder, now you're just trolling. Every A stands for ass for skulls and bones. I am okay, Cascoder. I am trolling, but isn't that what they said? Skull and Bones, wasn't it? Skull and Bones. Creator said they were the first quadruple A game. Rockstar is about to throw us I don't even remember how to say that one. It's not quintuple. Games 5-star reference. Oh yeah. Oh, that's a pretty good reference actually. As $100 seems cool. Raichi, I'll be honest. With all the stuff I'm hearing about GTA 6, it probably is worth $100. It's probably gonna be the only game that a lot of people end up playing this year. Cool, sir. I'd pay it for Witcher 4 because I know I'll get my money's worth. 100%. Witcher 3 with the DLCs and everything. I think I don't even remember how much I paid, but I know I got a steal on that thing because I did not play it day one. I like fantasy, but I've played the first two. Witchers, like especially, well, okay, I played the first one. I think I saw a little bit of the second one, but I played the first one because I got it for free with a GPU way back in the day. Witcher 1 just was not that impressive to me. I got bored really quick and just stopped playing it and then just didn't pick it back up. Witcher 3 was amazing, and I would easily pay $100 for Witcher 3. But once again, until you have it in your hands, you don't know if you're going to pay that. So, yeah, it all depends. Raichi, Sony is finished. No matter what live service they release, people will be on GTA 6 releases. Yeah, Sony's not going to necessarily... I think they're kind of done with live services. They might focus on like one or two, but they're kind of done with it.
Will be equivalent to every year's Call of Duty or every year's 2K or whatever. But the thing is, the gaming market, the problem is, like, I have complained about shitty gaming practices, but the reality is, like, there's a whole chunk of gamers that obviously are not watching this video, or they're not even on YouTube. They're just people that play video games. And the gaming industry for the last, like, year has kind of been, like, toying with them a little bit. Like, hey, you guys want to play a game, like, 4 days earlier? Buy the gold edition for, like, $20 more. Like, it's actually a serious...
So, this is the thing that I'm not as concerned about, but I am annoyed by. Doing product analysis or, like, doing analysis through trial. And I can't remember what the name of this is for, but they're essentially... trying out concepts and seeing what sticks because they kind of don't have a whole lot of ideas. The buy a game or play a game 4 days ahead gold pass is by far one of the... It's not concerning because I don't think it's going to continue to happen because it's just a dumb idea and pisses people off.
That's been occurring, and you've probably noticed it with some pretty big budget games.
I haven't seen it in a while. Oh, did Space Marine 2 do this? Huh.
So literally for 4 days early access, which might be worth it for some people, people are throwing an extra 20 of the company, or they're buying the gold edition. It used to be the gold edition would probably include like a season pass. No, sometimes it's just, hey, you get to play the game like a couple days earlier. So
see, and that doesn't sweeten the deal for me or for a lot of people. And I think they're going to lose. I think a lot of companies have actually lost revenue because of this, and I think that's why you don't see it as much, but you see them still trying to toy around with making it a thing. I just don't think it's gonna. I don't know. It might be a thing. We'll see.
Game other than the release date literally shifted
Like
back
it might stick. That is, it is a thing, but it might not. You know, it might stick. It might not stick.
for people that are paying $20 more. It is just insane how like these practices are coming in, and it really feels like for the game we're getting, it's like the price will go up, but the actual content provided in each and every single game, or at least the AAA side, does not reflect what they're actually charging. There's such a great variance. Like you could play a game that's like maybe 15, 20 hours in like actual gameplay length, and then there will be games with like 100 hours like actual content provided in them for the same price. I think this is one of the biggest issues when it comes to the games industry. Yeah. But honestly, a $100 game that's going to come out may actually crash that AAA side. And part of me wishes the game industry will try it. Because
his title was a little gotcha. The video game industry needs to crash, which I disagree with, but it's probably...
Again, like there's other analysts that look at this. This industry will not survive if every single game...
See, BT Maverick, when you get the DLC with it, I'm fine. I don't like doing the early access thing too much. Like, I just don't think it's... if that's like one of the only things you get. But like, oh, you get DLCs and some other stuff bundled in with it. I'm fine with that. Like, here's the thing. Day one DLC, I know some people don't like, but if they sell it right, I'm okay with it. But, you know... I don't know. People need to stop. I don't know. I've kind of beat this topic.
Is priced that high. First off, it's already bad. Inflation sucks. Okay, there's inflation is bad. All right, not in the Sonic community, but in the economic community. We've got people that literally are living more and more paycheck to paycheck as time goes on. Like if you go.
So in a healthy capitalistic society, you're going to see with inflation. Pay increase. And this is one of the biggest follies of the Biden administration is that they were really not aware. They acted very elitist about it. And I'm going to say this too. I don't think the Trump administration is going to be really any better. I don't think that a lot of these people understand because they're not average people that inflation going up does affect most people in a negative way. Because we don't have ties to minimum wage and other things like we used to with inflation. So until they start doing stuff like that, you're just getting screwed over by getting paid less. Like I can guarantee most people is getting paid more. They got a demotion at their job in the past few years than they did a promotion and got more money.
You go to any store right now and you do your groceries, people are probably going to be more interested in getting bread, butter, and eggs and meat in their house if they can, instead of spending that like real grocery level money on an actual video game.
Here's the thing. He's not wrong. This is not a new concept though. This is not a new concept. And this was happening years ago. And I think people have always picked and chose whichever one they were going to do, groceries or games. What he's talking about goes beyond games, which is interesting. Like if the gaming industry wanted to pay charge $100 or up to $100, okay, cool. That is not in relation to grocery money. Like that's something that people need to get mad at, and not at the game industry because they want to make more money. I guess I don't know. They need to get mad at like if your groceries went up double, triple. I'm not going to get too much into this political thing, but like they went up so much higher than inflation. And I'm talking about like they went double or triple what inflation was, not period.
And it's going to make people buy video.
I'll read comments in a second.
Video games less and less and less. Like, to be honest with you, this is where it's all kind of shifted to. So to be honest, I kind of really welcome if like Activision, Ubisoft, a lot of these companies try it, because to be fair, I don't think they're going to be successful. And I think it might be the only thing like where a crash occurs and these guys actually have to scale back their production and like really audit what they're doing. Because I think it's getting too...
It's not going to be a crash. It's the AAA... Okay, so we're going to be done with this. I'm going to switch over to this screen. I'm going to answer some of your guys' or, you know, comment on some of your guys' comments. I'm going to pull up Cat Smith for You's thing that he posted in Discord. We're going to get to that once I get done with this whole topic. So don't worry, Catsmith, for you. That's going to be probably one of the last things we get to, but it is what it is. Okay. So Catsmith, for you, I think, was it you that asked it? I have no, so Catsmith for you doesn't have a clue what the double, triple, quadruple, pentuple A games refers to currently. It's the scale of what the game like takes to make, the amount of how much. This is my take. It's usually a scale how much it takes, but my take also includes how big the budget, how big the studio is, like personnel that are working on the game, and potentially the quality. Quality's gone down a little bit, so don't know if you can tie that as much, but yeah. So let's see, yeah. So double would be there. Maybe someone could answer this. Like a indie studio would be maybe like just a regular A studio. A double A studio would be something that's like an indie studio that's made it really big or has a publisher. That's not them. And then you have triple, which is usually publisher owned dev studios that are like Astrobot and stuff like that. Quadruple is just a made up term by the people that do, I believe, Skull and Bones, right? So it was a whole, they said it was supposed to be this and then it flopped. So Raichi, Expedition 33 is doing the right thing. First game of their studio, new franchise, $50. I agree, Raichi. The game that I'm making, I'm going to charge either between $20 to $50 between that. I doubt it's going to be most likely 20 to 40. I'm going to, let's say if it takes 5 hours to beat, it will probably be a $20, $30 game. I understand that I can only charge how much my game is worth. So if you try to go over that, and some people will think their game or their stuff is worth more than it is, and they will overcharge and fail, even if the game was decent. And that's what we're seeing in the AAA industry, is that they're not making good enough games to sell well, and they're trying to blame everything else because no one wants to be at fault, or else you lose your job. BT Maverick, Indiana. Okay, yeah. We talked about the DLC. Icarus, you're paying extra to get it on the actual release date, which is stupid. I agree with that. That you're paying for it to be on the on that release date. Expedition 33 might be the first ever turn-based game I'm ever into. Really? That'll be an interesting one for sure, Expedition 33. When was the last time an analyst was right? A homeless guy in the streets have better insights. Than analysts? Analysts are okay. It depends what the analyst is analyzing and where they're getting their paycheck from. So you could say analysts are eyeing over the market to want to raise the price for all the games that are for the companies that they work for. It really depends on who the analyst is, where the analyst is coming from, where the data is coming from, et cetera, et cetera. So I think analysts can be amazing. I think it really comes down to sources of who's paying for studies and stuff like that. Job, do you think some games high prices is to push people to sub a service like say Xbox One, get regular income from us rather than a one-off payment? Yes. I don't know. Maybe. I haven't seen Xbox like overly price their games. They've actually been, I think, reasonable. You guys could say if I'm wrong, but it would definitely game companies. So companies alone, like SaaS products, software as a service, where you're paying monthly income. Like, it's very nice on the books to know that you're going to be getting consistent income, even if it's going to be up and down a little bit, instead of a one-time payment. If you're supporting a game, let's say World of Warcraft, you have to run servers and stuff like that, and it gets expensive over time. And I don't know how other games like Helldivers 2 does it. They have servers that they run. I'm assuming that they calculate that into the cost, but like there comes a point where how much do those servers cost them, let's say 10 years down the road, and do they have to shut it down? So Well, the Warcraft can indefinitely go on because they have people paying every month to keep their servers going. So yes, I could see them upping prices to maybe get more people doing subs because it is a consistent income, but Xbox alone has lost some money because of that. BT Maverick, Astrobot is definitely a double A title. Why is it a double A title? It is own. So the publisher is Sony, and the studio has had a ton of money to make it. It is on. It is. I would definitely say a triple A title, and it is an amazing title. Lomke, the more A's on a game, the more people need a kidney to give, I guess. Cascader, Xbox did the early access to Starfield, and I think for indie. Oh, interesting. Yeah, I mean, early access, I'm not a fan of it. It's not the end of the world, like I said. I'm not a fan of it, though. Yeah. BT Maverick, the budget. How much did... See, I don't completely agree with budget, though. I agree that it's... that it can be budget, but it's also scale. I'm kind of curious about this now. I'm going to look this up real quick. Yeah, I mean, according to a couple of different people, PlayStation finally has a fresh new mascot and a proper AAA title to go with it. With the release, so I think it is. Personally, I don't know how. Like, I'd assume a lot of money went into it. It's a very well polished game. Like, it is a very well polished, very well done game. So, I would be shocked if it wasn't a AAA budget, a AAA production. BT Maverick, it's not disclosed. Yeah, it's a mute point, and I'm going to compare it to other AAA titles, and it's a AAA title, in my opinion. That's my opinion. I'm not saying that you're like, I'm not, once again, just giving my opinion on that. Reggie, Xbox need a subsidized Game Pass, so I'm happy there are people paying extra to play 5 days early. I mean, it could be worse, right? They could be locking other gameplay that's important behind that instead of 5 days. Most games I can usually wait 5 days. I agree. BT Maverick, hopefully not. If it didn't sell that well, 2.3 million sold. Let's see. Astrobot sold how many copies? It sold 1.5 million in 2 months. I mean, it's not bad. Let's see. I'm just doing a quick. I mean, it made like $90 million most likely within the first 2 months. I'm not gonna say, like, I don't think it was 90, like their budget was 90 million. Like, I think they could have made the game with 10-20 million. 10-20 million is a lot of money, and I would put that into the realm of, for games, maybe not. It probably is at least a $50 million game, but I'd put that into the realm of AAA. Once you get into multi-millions, like 10 plus, like I put that into AAA. But I'm moving stuff around. Job, do you think it's not just the price of a game, but its content? Say if it has DEI as a priority rather than gameplay, also hurts the game industry. Also, game developers' political rantings on X. I have my own political rantings, Job. So, I have mentioned this multiple times. DEI is a gotcha term on both sides of the aisle. One side just wants to say, we want merit-based. Well, what they're really saying is that they want to be able to control who they say has the merit, which is the opposite of DEI. DEI says you have to be inclusive of all aspects as much as you can, but it doesn't limit it to merits either. But and there are initiatives too. A lot of companies aren't forced to do it. They do initiatives. So would I say DEI is hurting the game industry? No. DEI forced concepts or like weird things that they're like, the female character has to be this protagonist that can never be defeated, that has no weaknesses. Yes, that is 100%. I agree with that. Like that is part of destroying the industry. You're not making a game to make. You're not making a good game to make a good game. You're making a game to make a point, which is fine. That's art. But what type of game are you making? Are you making? Let's get into some more of this stuff. Welcome, Foonbooter. Also, Foonbooter Brink is out here developing the world's first ever quintuple game. We just don't realize it yet. Damn. Yeah, no, I wish. Actually, I don't know if I wish. That seems like a lot of pressure I do not want. You guys already know I fold under some pressure anyways. EA blames underperformance of Dragon Age and EA FC 25 as its lower forecast. Yeah, well, from my understanding, and I've listened to a lot of different opinions on this topic at this point, that BioWare is just not quite the same company as it used to be. I have faith that they have a lot of good IPs, that they have some people that are kind of hidden behind the scenes that they could pull out of it, but the writing for Dragon Age just wasn't as good. The art style changed too much. I don't know why they went the route with the Veilguard. I'm just pointing this out as a thing. Maybe I don't think DEI hiring was because of this. I think potentially maybe a little bit of nepotism, or bros hiring bros, and so a lot of bros in the tech industry, especially in some of these like creative roles, can be. I'm not going to say the W word, but like they can be more of progressive, which I don't consider bad. I just consider bad if that's the only thing you're trying to do, a full political statement. If you want to standardize and make people accept LGBTQ plus whatever more, then write good stories. It is better to not write that story. If you're trying to make a point, it's better to not do that game with any of those people in it that represent the marginalized than it is to write a bad game. Just saying. Just how it is. Lomkey, can't forget more people staying away EA games. Yeah. EA. I called it out years ago. I've been saying this for years, and even before I was streaming and doing videos and all that. These game companies and tech companies have hurt themselves year after year. EA and Ubisoft is hated because they have fucking bad PR. Like, they need to fire whoever's PR. That's the problem. PR and also the CEO. Okay, not just PR. It's probably not even PR, but like PR needs to have more control over these C-level executives. C-level executives need to be fired at all these places. They're dumb as rocks. And some of them aren't even truly game industry C-level execs. They're not very smart. Because doing stuff like this, EA blames underperformance of Dragon Age and EA FC 25 as its lowers forecast. Okay, cool. Why did it do so bad? Why did you put so much money into a game that was getting poor reception because you changed so many aspects of it? Here's my thing. I love Dragon Age 1 and 2. Love those games. People complained when Dragon Age 2 came out because gamers like to complain. It is what it is. Dragon Age 2 had much better gameplay. Dragon Age 1 is a really hard game for me to go back and play because it's just this gameplay is not as fun. 2 is fun. 3 just became boring. This one, they already lost me at 3, I believe. And so I just got bored of it. I don't usually get bored with these types of things. I just got bored. I never finished it, which is crazy. I want to go back and finish it, but like seeing this and seeing how that they're really just like the writers just aren't as good kind of gives me a little bit of hesitance to play it. That being said, if this was to happen to Mass Effect, I'd play Mass Effect 4. If Mass Effect 4 is bad, I'm still going to play it and probably like it because I liked Mass Effect Andromeda. So I do have my games I'm broken over. Raichi, people after playing Veilguard are like strong arm after doing the push-up. Okay, Raichi, what is that supposed to mean? Tash in Velgard is hated by everyone. Okay. I don't know who Tash is. Interesting. But yeah, it's just these game companies are going to blame and to not really realize what the true problem is. You got to have good creative people that work for you. They cannot be creative people come in all shapes and forms. Like there is not. Here's my problem with like DEI. Let's say in the gaming industry, there are not 4 amazing let's say creative directors that are only white. That's just not the case, right? They're gonna all have very differing, like, because you got horror based, you have so many different things that doing it purely based on merit is nearly impossible, and you're gonna run out of like you have to pull multiple groups, and once you start doing that, you're gonna pull people that are that just don't have as much, like they're more connected than anything, and that's where I think DI kind of helps with that. I'll stop with the DI stuff. I don't even necessarily care to defend it that much, as it's more of a, I think it's a very misunderstood thing. And I think people like to say like woke and DEI are what's destroying games or a lot of other things, but it's really just mostly greed. And I think partially nepotism, which also comes with this type of thing, like, or, just people thinking they're better than they are and then making crap. Just what it is. We also have C-level execs telling developers what to do, what they can build. That gets out of control, right? So it's a very weird place when you have so much greed in a creative field that it just doesn't. It will start to strangle it. I think it's obvious, in my opinion, that it's more greed than anything else. Foonbooter, I have only ever played like an hour of Dragon Age 2 at a friend's place. Never played any others. Really? I really like Dragon Age 1 and 2. But after that, and I thought some of the stories were really fun. I don't know. I just couldn't get into it. What I could get into is, if you guys don't know yet, Amazon Prime members can get these 23 Steam Deck compatible games for free right now. And they're Steam Deck compatible is, a loose term. Some of these are decently compatible and some are just playable. But I'd say some of the playable ones are like BioShock 2 Remastered. I'm pretty sure that's like really that plays well from my understanding, if I remember correctly. I could be wrong though, but I thought it did. Outer Worlds I think is okay on it, but I wouldn't say it's amazing. It's not like it's the most well optimized game anyways. But yeah, I mean, like Outer Worlds, Shogun Showdown, Grip, BioShock 2. Some of the Elite Dangerous, I haven't played it, but I've seen stuff on it. Jurassic World Evolution. Those are some pretty damn good games that I'd highly recommend if you have an Amazon Prime membership to go and claim these games that will work. Now, you have to use their, I believe, launcher or some system, but there are already some utilities that you can get for Steam Deck that you can play it with, or that you can easily download and easily download it and play these titles. I already own all these on here that I would want to own anyway, so I don't know if I'll claim these because it's too much of a hassle. Raichi, it's like women who believe themselves to be 10 out of 10 when they are 6 out of 10. Raichi, I agree, and I'm gonna flip this. So it's like women that believe that's what they're like. I have also met men that have thought that, and I have, in a very equal manner, met both, in my opinion. Anecdotal, once again, both these are anecdotal. People will think they're very, some people are very full of themselves. Some people are narcissists. Some people think that they are better looking than they really are, or they don't take care of themselves. This is a very human thing to do, and it's not a gender specific thing. That being said, other things kind of go into place with all this too. So with the whole the statement, Job, I have Prime, but I have most of the games on Steam or Epic already for free. Yeah, that's the same thing for me. I already have most of these things, but it's there if you want more games to play. Fumbooter, lol, I have known about these Amazon games since they announced they were adding them, but I still haven't claimed a single one. Doubt I ever will. Were you the one that told me about this, Fumbooter? Someone told me on stream about this, and I finally you know what? I will put like an article up so you guys can see. I will paste the article into chat. I was going to say I'm going to paste it into here. There you go, guys. Also, if you have not done so, make sure to like, subscribe, bash that bell with your crowbar. Okay, let's get back to not that. Yes, we'll watch that in a second. We're gonna kind of end on the Adamfall gameplay trailer, I think, and then I want to end what we're talking about right here on the survey. Rachie, Dragon Age made everything to marry Eleonora. Why? Because I wanted Logan as my father-in-law. Love that villain. Nice. Yeah, that'd be funny. Context-wise, I don't know anything Dragon Age anymore. Like, I forgot most of the characters, even though I loved the first two games. Fumbooter, for the same reason you just said, sounds like a hassle. Plus, I have the ones I'm interested in already. Pretty much, yep. Lonky, like me, I'm a better Hello Kitty Island inland player than anyone. Nice, Lonky. You're at the top of the leaderboard. Rachie, I plan of Lana is still available. Great game. Ooh, I'll have to check it out. So, new survey reports 1 in 10. Let's zoom this in so you guys aren't freaking squinting. New survey reports 1 in 10 game developers have lost their jobs in 2024. 1 in 10 is 10%, right? Of the industry has lost their jobs, which I don't know if they're getting if they're getting hired back up or if they're still searching are the two important things. 10% of a workforce like that. We're gonna. Oh yes, sorry, Caspith, for you. We're gonna get to your thing right after this one. We'll get to yours. I'm sorry. I had it all mixed up, but I wanted to finish up this whole industry thing. The crash does hurt regular people more than anything. And some of these developers that you're going to lose, this dude right here looks like someone I know, but he has a face mask, so I don't know. This could end up hurting just the industry alone. I know of I think he did both engineering and also graphic design for game companies for 20 years. I knew a guy. He exited maybe it's like 15 years, and then he exited the industry 5 years ago. I think he was a really good artist and good at his job. They lost a creative individual right there. So they're going to atrophy a lot of their talent out and into other fields, potentially, if they're, I don't know. I think personally the middle classes is beyond, they're effed beyond belief, guys. But especially for people coming into the markets, it's just sucks. But this is a big deal. 1 out of 10 game developers. That's thousands of jobs. That's so many people. I'm hoping that they land back on their once again, this is like survey sampled over 3,000 developers covered. I really do think it's very high. Like, I have seen the numbers right here. 30% of AAA developers are working on live service games. That's not going to end well. 30% of AAA, that's a lot of developers. That's got to be a lot of games. There's not enough attention for that many live service games, depending on what type of live service it is, of course. I think that's kind of a gotcha term, but is what it is. Okay, let's go to your yeah. So Fubuto, were you in the last few streams? I feel like I haven't seen you. Your yes, Cat Smith's been in here the past few ones. If that's what you're asking for, Fubuto. Okay, all the details plus stretch goal vote. Let's see what this. Oh, is this the thing that you wanted me to talk about? I talked about this a week or two ago. But let's talk about it again. The MCon. I've been getting ads. They have a hefty little budget. They have 1.4, essentially $1.5 million raised for the MCon. I think part of the reason why this did so well is because I think it was a pretty quality commercial. I think he sold it well. I still think it's way chunkier than I want for a phone handheld, personally, but like it looks good. I like it. I like the way it looks. I think for some people, they're fine pocketing that big of a thing. Sure, fine. It will be interesting. Maybe I'll go down this route. Maybe I'll try one. I definitely, I don't know. These are prototypes, so they don't look quite as finished, but I like the concept it's bringing. I think it looks like it's going to be semi comfortable, and it's not like a ton of, a ton of like e-waste, because I think you could use this for a good long while for a lot of phones to come. And I love that it's MagSafe, meaning I can pop it on and off and take it with me. I like that. Raichi, it has the size of a 30,000 milliamp power bank. Yeah, honestly, that'd be kind of cool too, is if it had MagSafe charging. I'd totally pay for that. Shove that in there somewhere, like an extra couple of thousand milliamp battery in there to charge my phone, and charge it, wirelessly, like through the MagSafe. I'd be down for that. That'd even be more of a reason for me to get it. I personally really like the concept of this. The reason I'm not going to pick one up, at least right now, is that I don't think I would use it. I have my Steam Deck, and I don't play what I play on my tablet. I have a tablet that I have a controller hooked up to my tablet, and then on my phone, it's easy games that I play. Tablet, maybe a little bit more complicated, but like Hearthstone, stuff like that, where I don't need a controller. If I need a controller, I am playing it on a console, Steam Deck, or in a potentially iPad with a controller. And once again, I think this is a good idea. I think a lot of people are going to like this, but I just don't think it's for me, especially right now. But I'd love to try it. I just don't want to spend the money on it, because I'd rather save up for like the Switch 2 or maybe another device that if I can't get it from the manufacturer to buy this year. That might be interesting. Like a Z2 Extreme Steam Deck-esque device, because SteamOS beta is coming out. I'm not saying it's going to work right out the bat for a Z2 Extreme processor, but I'm going to try to make it work. That's my goal for this year, is whatever's the best Z2 Extreme handheld is probably what I'm going to be buying this year. And it's probably going to be my main handheld for the year, because I've been playing more and more games, because partially I've been doing more on my MacBook. I've been having more issues with games and stuff crashing on my main PC. I have been playing more games on my Steam Deck and PlayStation 5, actually. I need to build a new PC this year and or fix my computer. I just don't want to go down that route. So also another reason why I haven't streamed games that much in a while is that I need to get my computer fully working again before I do that. And it might not happen for months. Once I get it working again, get all the parts, I might even build a new one. I'm going to get that 5070 and have a 4090 based GPU in my system with artifacts. Then yeah. Excuse me. Casper, for you, has a 40 milliamp battery in it. Wait, really? I swear I watched. Is that to just power it, or does it charge it? Don't think I've ever heard of it having a battery. Where does that, like, where does it say that it has a battery in it? Unless it's in a picture, I guess. I just haven't seen anything that says that has a battery. That's their internal device battery. Okay. That's interesting. Lomkey, I think the guy who makes that thing said he wants to make it repairable. Yeah, he wants to make it repairable and extendable. Meaning he wants, if you want to do different handles and stuff like that, you're more than welcome to. Like, I like the idea that this kid has. I think it's a cool device. I want to see more Kickstarters like this. I like it. It's just not personally for me, at least right now. Foombooter, I'm one of the 7,000 people that bought Resident Evil 2 for iPad, but I prefer using DualSense. Don't really game on my phone. Interesting. Resident Evil 2, I have access to Apple's arcade system. It just comes with my whole, like, it didn't cost me that much more to just do the whole group thing for my family. My kids can play arcade games that are suitable for them on their iPad, but I don't know if Resident Evil 2 is on there. I know Resident Evil 4 Remake is, and I played it. It was fun with the controller, but the texture packs, just because they account for more, I think, less powerful systems, doesn't look as good. Even though the M4 probably has, like, I wouldn't be shocked if this M4 device and this iPad has as much power as like a PS4 or PS5. Probably a PS5, honestly. It's probably closer to PS5 than PS4. There, Chris, the Legion Go S interests me. Still haven't decided if I'm getting the Switch 2 day one or the S day one. They're going to have to, the Switch is going to have to sell me. That's the right. Okay, guys, I did a video on the Switch 2. It did horrible. The video did, I don't know if you guys even saw the video, because I haven't had a video do that bad in like a year or two. But I feel like maybe it has, I don't, but I also released it a couple of days late. I just got hung up on other crap. But the Switch 2 is one that it has to have the right titles for me to buy the Switch 2. That being said, the Legion Go 2, I'm very interested in. The Legion Go S, kind of. The Legion Go 2 speakers concern me still, because I did not like the Legion Go 1 speakers, but I could get around that if everything else is fixed that I wanted fixed. Cascador MCon has a battery. Watch latest video upload today. I do not want to watch their update, because they can go. Wait, I'm kidding, by the way, though.
All right, so it's Josh's official first day here at OSnap, and we've been doing the Kickstarter campaign. It's been going great.
Isn't he the dude in the frickin'? Yeah, how's it his first day?
But we've had a million questions, and so we thought it'd be cool just to sit down and just talk and just kind of bring you in inside on some of just the design philosophies and intricacies of the product, why we're doing the things we're doing, and just for anyone who really cares about the weeds, this is for you.
Oh, there it is, right there.
It should last, Josh.
Well, this one that I have, I did test it at some point, and this one has like 450 million hours in it, and it was like a 12-hour runtime. The real thing is like how it's really the sleep function that I think is like even more important than that. Like you just don't want to have to charge it every night. Like you're not going to be playing for 12 hours straight, and if you are then 12 hours is a long time.
And
I think it's a good battery
and if you
life.
do plug it into your phone, like you could literally keep playing by just plugging it into your phone. Like at least on an iPhone, a modern iPhone, you can plug it into the USB-C and it will actually charge from the phone.
Yeah.
If you want to do that.
Charge from the phone. That's okay, cool. I mean, I have an iPhone, and I know I was kind of hoping that's what they were going to say. Okay, so that's not too bad.
And the stretch goals was something we want to touch on. So the stock colors that we'll be launching are the black and the white, and you can kind of see those here. This is the black, and this is not, you know, final. Yeah. These are still prototypes. And then the white is not going to be a cream. It's going to be whiter. Yeah. And
that's good.
This kick.
Okay, cool. I mean, that's okay. Cool. A battery. I kind of get it. If you can't draw, I don't know if they need to get a certain microchip in there to draw power from an iPhone, but iPhones can, I believe that they can charge, and also they can be charged and charge other devices back and forth through their MagSafe interface on the back, like this magnetic piece. You could do wireless charging both ways, I believe. I believe I've charged my headphones on the back of my phone before. Casimir Sphere is one of the first 50 backers. Nice. That's awesome to hear, Casimir. And it was fun to fully in like 10 minutes. Not surprised. They have a very low minimum goal, which means that they could have made it no matter what, that this is a campaign, a marketing campaign than more of a pure Kickstarter. Resident Evil 2 looks and plays way better than Resident Evil 4. Oh, really? I'll have to try it on the iPad. My problem with on the iPads is that, yeah, sometimes the texture packs are not as good. Cool, so the video did horrible because it was locked behind paywall. Oh, it wasn't locked behind a paywall. Cool, sir. My video went out, and people that are members of the channel got to watch it a couple hours before, because it's one of my promises, and I'm trying to fulfill it more. I'm hoping that's not what it did bad, but if you go watch it, it's not behind a paywall. It was just behind a paywall for like a few hours, because people they want to buy their videos 4 days ahead to watch it before everyone else. No, I need to find better ways. Honestly, I'm tempted to get rid of the membership program, even though or to lower it down to like as low as I can, which is like $1.99, so that you guys have emojis that you guys can use, and also just show support for the channel, and put all the support and extra bells and whistles into my website. But that's coming down the road. Raichi, I bought a gamepad called the IOBing Max. The gamepad is great. Only costed me $30. Nice. Kafum Booter. Switch day one. If no other reason than ensure getting a hackable system ASAP. I mean, that's how it was with Switch 1. Switch 2, I think that's a good gamble, but it's the gamble. Fumbooter, yeah, it's a good price for the controller. It'll be interesting. Okay, guys. So yes, the M-Con does look nice. I 100% think that if you guys like to game on your phone and you want a much more portable controller, that this is the way to go. I definitely think so. I'm the weirdo that's going to have my bag that has a controller in it. My day bag can carry a controller. I'm that weirdo. I just comfort, man. I do want to watch this because this is a game I've been... and we're not going to watch the whole thing. I just want to see some gameplay. Oh my gosh, those textures look horrible.
They're best to survive in a dangerous, unfamiliar place. The choice is...
What was this played on? Some of these textures are really bad.
yours. And Atom 4 gives you the freedom to embody any role. A village in one of the areas you will visit is controlled.
So I mean, like the depth and everything I really like, but distance draw and some other stuff makes it look very cloudy and muddy.
Military group that was sent in to set up and maintain the quarantine after the disaster. A noble cause, but some might question the lengths they've gone to restore order.
I shouldn't be gossiping about this stuff.
Armed soldiers patrolling the roads of the village. Robotic sentinels on a hair trigger, prepared to attack at even the
Honestly, it looks fun. It looks like it's 10 years behind on its graphics, which, if it's an indie game, awesome. I don't think it's an indie game. I don't know.
Lightest hint of aggression, and villagers who live in fear as a result.
Soldiers will string you up for anything these days, and my husband was exploring where they don't like you to explore.
Does this group really have the villagers?
It makes me think of Fallout graphics.
Interest at heart?
Step out of line, and I will revoke your liberties here just as quickly as they were given.
Outside of the village is a lawless land filled with bandits and cultists.
Lomkey, thank you for the gifted sub. I'm glad you gave it to Coulter. He has been very bitter about not being able to access that 3 hours before. Was that a random gift, or did you gift it to him specifically? Because that is hilarious. Lomkey, that is hilarious. BT Maverick, Adam Fall dropping into Game Pass. I think it's made by the same people that make Sniper Elite. That makes sense. Sniper Elite. This does kind of feel like Sniper Elite a little bit in some of the graphical prowess that I've seen. Lomkey, it's random. That's what I thought, but I just didn't know if you could gift it to someone specific. I think I've gifted subs before to people, memberships, that is. I just think it's hilarious that it's Coulter, as he was the one that was complaining about it being behind a paywall. By the way, some of the, I don't do that many exclusive videos because I don't really like the idea of not, people just, if you want to see my video, see my video. But I do have some pretty funny exclusive videos that are fun. Like the KFC Double Down, I have a video of me trying that out. I probably should have done it on the Brink channel, but it is what it is. See, that's cool. That's unique.
If you're friendly or not, and will attack you on sight.
And not everything has to be graphics. I'm just kind of pointing the graphic thing out because it's annoying. It's a little bit of a troubling thing. But if the game's fun, I can easily get past graphics. I can definitely see people definitely shitting on this though.
There are so many things to consider on your journey through Atomfall. Exploration is a critical component of the experience, especially when it comes to
I mean, everything looks like it's like very customly laid out. Like it's not just generated in a weird way.
Or survival.
Raichi, member for 12 months. I'm glad you're using your privileges, Raichi. You never saw how Anata ripped off GTA. Okay, Raichi, can you post a video in Discord and I'll get to that? Coulter's, he's speechless.
The quarantine zone is in the idyllic countryside
Yes,
of northern...
100% this is a British Fallout. And I'm a huge fan of Fallout. And Fallout 76, because it was a multiplayer-based game, but if it would have been single player and as bad, I probably would have forgiven them and just liked Fallout 76.
But it is not as it once was.
I recognize where I'm brain broken, guys. I think everyone has a franchise, a title, a topic in their life where they're brain broken, where it doesn't matter. They will accept imperfections because they like that topic so much. I'm just willing to admit there's a couple of things, and I try to point that out. I try to be, I try to be nice in some of my stuff. Yeah. Raichi, you uninstalled it? Okay, I'll try. I'm sorry, Raichi. I will. What is the name of it again that you want me to look at? Blah 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 blah. I will see if I can. Okay, I got it. I got it. I'll see what I can do. Cat Smith. See you later, man. We're gonna watch a little bit more of this, and then we'll go look at that trailer that you're talking about, Raichi.
An abandoned rail yard, a derelict stone quarry, and verdant rolling hills contain more than just pieces of a prior civilization. As you explore these places, you'll find secret bandit hideouts, mysterious...
Damn. Hey, thanks for the 5 gifted memberships, BT Maverick. That's awesome. Honestly, I really do. I am going to be lowering the price of the membership, though, so that everyone has access to it. And at the most reasonable price that I can. I'm not going to have multiple tiers. I'm going to be restructuring everything. Also a part of a lot of the stuff is that I've worked with, just as the little side tangent, maybe I should save this for the end for an update, but I saw how Gardner does his end screen, and I'm going to do something similar so I can make sure everyone that, like, even people that have, like, if you're constantly like subscribing and stuff like that to my stuff, of course I want to put as much as I can into recognition and all that. But yeah, gifted myself $14 is great for $5. Yeah, there you go. Thank you, BT Maverick. I mean, that's awesome. Now we have, look at all these members we have in chat. And the poor Cascoder. Cascoder, is that a dig at Crash fans? Because I approve. No, Cascoder, you're like me. If you got a crappy Crash Bandicoot game, you're gonna like it. If I get a crappy Half-Life game, I'm gonna like it. We're one and the same on a lot of that stuff.
Messages.
Poor Cascoder and Wolf did not get subs. I'm sorry. Or memberships.
Secrets, clues, and leads that might help you figure out how the world fell apart.
I do worry that this is going to be very console oriented and controller based, not.
Can lead you to.
Cascoder, your channel can't gift subs. Get gifts? Wait, why not, Cascoder? Can my channel not get gifts? Or is it because you're a mod? I think you're a mod on here. No, you're not actually. I thought I did make you one.
To eccentric characters,
BT Maverick.
secret hideaways, or even the
Cheers.
rundown bunkers of the British Atomic Research Division. You'll never know when or where fragments of the bigger picture will be brought into focus. But you
The Real Savage.
always
Are you on here, The Real Savage? I know that you watch a lot, but yes, congratulations, Real Savage. You got a membership.
need to be on guard. These facilities may not be as populated as
It
they once
missed.
were.
Brand channel. So Cascoder is a brand channel, and then Wolf, you can't get one either. Yeah, but actually, do you get? I need to figure out. See if I can. I don't know. I wish you could become a permanent member because Wolf helps with so much stuff. We're gonna re-roll this, Andre. I don't know if I can actually gift one. Oh damn! But thank you. Yeah, thanks for the gifts. This is the type of game I like to play. Is the game of how many memberships we can give out.
The rest of the quarantine zone,
I need
as
to
well
figure
as
out
irradiated
if there's a way I can do
feral
it.
Creatures that won't hesitate to tear you apart. You will also come across caves and underground tunnels that seem to have been affected by
I'm sorry,
the
yeah,
scale
Chris.
disaster the most. Glowing plants and mushrooms.
I mean, I love that the glowing aspects to this. It definitely it feels like Fallout, and I'm a little concerned that they will not differentiate themselves enough from Fallout in this game, honestly. BT Maverick, I think creators can give out 5 a month. Okay. Oh, really? Can I give 5 out? Sterile Gamer was gifted membership by Lumkey. Oh my. 5 gifted. Chalice, welcome, Chalice. Thank you, Lomkey. I think Lomkey's really trying to. Cascar, I might make a new channel, break this current one back to what it was called, start fresh. It's not a bad idea, Cascoder. Viesta is also someone that comes on a lot. Damn, Icarus, you are. Okay, so. Lomkey, you did try. Here's the thing I'll look at. If it's true, BT Maverick, creators can give out 5 a month. I will try to see if I can give some out, and I'll just give some out to people. Anyone that was here, or that's whatever, I'll try to make sure that you get one.
Cover the walls, floor, and ceiling.
And with that, I will make sure you guys have some exclusive content also to go with it, and I'll do some updates. And I was planning on doing it anyways, but you guys have got me more excited. I will make sure that memberships kind of just get kind of up there. I'm gonna up the or improve it and prune it. What members get. Wolf, is yours a brand account? I didn't realize yours was a brand account. Oh, unless you go to your alt account. That's interesting. I didn't know yours was a brand account. Is Games Revealed a brand account? All I know is thanks for the memberships. I will try to make sure that things are figure. Wolf, if you switch accounts, we can always put your other account on as a mod too. Yeah.
Places, giving off a hazy fog that makes them more dangerous to traverse than other places you may go. However,
now this is reminding me of
it's
Last
not
of Us.
all you need to worry about. The same terrifying ferals found in the bunkers also
Yeah, this is like Last of Us meets Fallout.
live in these areas and will not stop to ask questions before trying.
Cool, sir. So here's the thing. I'm not going to give everyone one for free, but I don't mind giving some out to people, especially people that are very like in the community a lot and stuff like that. It also promotes, if I do more stuff with my memberships, it promotes people to want to have it. It's like a trial of having the membership. That's for me, cool. So that's kind of the point, is that it's kind of a trial of the membership and what you get, and hopefully you're getting enough from it. So I encourage someone to get one for themselves. Yeah. BT Maverick is 100% correct on that. That being said, am I great at that type of tooling? Not necessarily, but I like giving stuff away for free or enticing people into potentially supporting, because, I mean, it's fun. It's fun to get rewarded for doing this and and having fun with you guys. I'm going to be also, whatever money I get right now is going into services that I am using to enhance my videos and to produce better videos, but I'm also putting it into the new website that's coming, which is going to have a leaderboard and some other really cool stuff that I think you guys are going to like, and we're going to be talking about that very soon.
Trying to tear you apart.
My headset just died, so we're done with this.
Be sure to be well equipped.
So the Adamfall game looks really good for a Fallout. Okay, I know I complain about it. The Adamfall game looks good for a Fallout game that was made 5-10 years ago. Does that make it less fun? No. I will probably still enjoy this game as long as they make the gameplay or things that I can explore more exciting. Let's say there's bunkers or little areas that I can go into that has a really good like story, I will be excited about. If they don't do a good job of making me want to explore every inch of this, then I will probably get bored and not beat it. It's definitely a game. We'll see if I end up buying it or requesting a review copy, because I can always get a review copy and review it on the channel. Okay, let's see here. Hello Wolfie. You thought that was a mod account? I thought Hello Wolfie was a mod account. I don't think I can even make you a mod. Maybe I can from here. I can. I'm going to do this for you, Wolf, so you'll have both if you want that. Anyone else want to be a mod? Anyone else want the power to be a mod? More than welcome to request it. A lot of you guys here are awesome, so. Cat Smith for you. Welcome back. Foonbooter, I happen to like non-cutting edge graphics. I agree with that to a point. And that's why I'm not completely boo-hooing this game, but I have a feeling this game is going to be $60, $70 and people are going to be really annoyed by it. But I like cutting edge graphics if it has a good hint of like, what's a good title that I could bring up? Cyberpunk, I feel like has good graphics, like when it came out, cutting edge, and it really did add to the atmosphere for me. That being said, would I have liked it if it was a little less? I don't know. Go play it on the PlayStation 4 and tell me. I don't like potato graphics, But there's a like Adamfall looks fine. I think it'll be a fun game. It really depends on if it's going to have good quality. Cascutter, you want to be I think I promised to make you one too. I swear I did. Rachie, I'm the naughty one with the political stuff. Yeah, but I'm okay. Like, I try not to get too political, but sometimes I just got to. I've kind of in that stage these days. The Icarus, I like games that are 3D. Do they have to be cutting edge? No. Yeah, I like both. But there are games I do like that are cutting edge. Fumbuter, I don't know, Brink. That's a lot of power to bestow me. I'm heading out again now. Thanks, Casmith, for you. Hey, I'm going to give you guys 1 minute more. Just say, hey, or just say mod me and I'll make you a mod. Unless, well, that's if you're like a common user on here, a viewer. So just let me know and I'll add it, because honestly, most of you guys I trust. And it's more or less for the fun of it than anything. I just want to make sure people feel like they're included. We haven't had too many people attack recently. I'll have, so as an update, let's wrap this up in the next few minutes. I'm going to do an update on the channel, and then there you go. I modded you that Casmith for you. So to kind of just wrap this all up, the gamesrevealed.com is coming along good. It's going to be Lomkey, bigger you are, easier target you become. Yeah, I agree. Like when I have more people on my streams, like back in the day, it would cause, should I put, oh well. I had more bots, but mods, it was nice to have mods have my back. How did you guys like today's stream? Would you like it to be different? Do you like me watching stuff and commenting on it, or do you want me to do it differently? I'm just curious what you guys think on this. Then on top of that, to kind of wrap back into my gamesrevealed.com update, if you guys remember back in the day where I had some events going on with the website, the website's going to be similar, but it's going to be much more flushed out this time around, and it's going to have a leaderboard. It's also going to have some bot systems. It's going to be a very fun website, hopefully for the community to both engage and just feel like, just have a fun time and feel like you get something back from all this. Coulter does not want any authority. He don't want no stinking badges. Job, I love the stream today. I am on nights, so helped a lot in UK, so early hours here. Okay. No, that's good to know. As far as like, I'm trying to decide how I do these streams and everything like that. But we'll continue to have fun with this and determine how we're going to do these from now on. Thank you guys for stopping by. We're pretty much done here. I need to get going. I'm not going to bed yet, but I need to wrap up a couple things. But we're going to be having a couple of really cool announcements, I think, in the next few weeks, as long as I can get my deadlines done. And then we're going to also have, I have some stuff for the community that I want to start doing again, because it's the stuff I like to do. I like chatting with you guys. I like doing this type of stuff. I like making videos, but the videos don't give me the feedback I have as I like chatting with you guys. It's just sometimes the streams can hurt the channel. And so I've always thought about breaking up my streams, between two different channels, the stream channel and a video channel. But yeah, I've talked about that for years now. We won't worry about that. But thank you guys for watching. I'll catch you guys in the next stream, in the next video. If you have not done so, make sure to go watch my Switch 2 video. That'd be very helpful, very nice. And thank you all for the memberships. I believe Lomkey, you delivered a bunch of different memberships for everyone. And then BT Maverick also. You guys are awesome. It does help the channel, and it helps me put more money back into the community that we're eventually going to grow to even be bigger. And hopefully you guys get some free stuff out of it in the end of the day, because we'll be having, we're going to be getting back into some giveaways this year. Let's just say that. Both merch, games, and some more other fun stuff. So thank you guys for watching, and catch you guys next time. And then let's see, I want to make sure I get everyone's chat in here. Stream was great. Keep at it. You take requests, and that's really good. I enjoy them. Yes, that's the thing. I'm going to be making, just another thing real quick, I'm going to be making requests easier on the website. That's another part of my website, is that I'm going to have a request area where if you're a verified user, you can put requests in there and we can run through the show instead of having it all over the place. So yes. Poor guy. He doesn't know all this time we were chat GPT bots, Raichi. That's brutal, Raichi. Even if you were, you know what? As long as, you guys were awesome to me, then I love bots. Thank you guys for watching. Peace out.